Hey family, your favorite life and relationship strategist out here, MarshaunO, and I'm here to discuss when to leave your dating relationship. Now, this question was actually asked to me in a different form, and the question was actually asked to me, when should I know to hold them or to fold them? So I'm going to put it in layman's terms and say, when should I leave my dating relationship? Because the person that's sending the question, she's actually not in a relationship, but she is dating, and so she's trying to figure out when it is a good time to actually say bye-bye. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in. I have 7 things for you to take into consideration. Obviously, if the majority of these are around, if they are present within your dating relationship, then you do need to rethink how everything is going. All right, so with that being said, again, I am MarshaunO. For those of you who are coming to my channel for the very first time, I'm a life and relationship strategist, and I help men and women, but specifically women, figure out what it is that they need to do. What's the next move that you need to take? Do you need to stay? Do you need to go? Do you need to put yourself on the self-care list? And then also, do you just need to talk about some of the things that are going on in your relationship? Does this thing that's happening, or do these things that are happening, consistently happening, are they normal? So I help answer all of those questions, as well as create a space for you to be happy no matter what stage you are actually in. So if you do need some help, then definitely go ahead and send me a message, depending on what platform you are watching this on. If you're on Facebook, send me a Facebook Messenger message. If you are on YouTube, then go ahead and look down in the description box below and send me an email at marshaun@marshaunolanio.com. Now, with that being said, we're going to jump into the 7 ways, the 7 tips, the 7 things that you need to think about before you hold them or fold them, or as I like to say, when it's time to end your dating relationship. So now, the very first thing that I want you guys and girls to think about is, when you're around this person, do you like who you are? Do you like who you are becoming? Or do you often think, I am changing, I am becoming somebody different each and every time I'm around him or I am around her? Is it something that they're making you do? And actually, let me take that didn't even happen, because can't nobody make you do anything. But is it something that you feel pressured into doing because of the peer pressure factor, or because you want to fit in factor, or because you don't want the person to leave you factor, or walk away factor? Maybe you haven't been dating in a while. This is somebody that's starting to pay you some attention. You want it to continue. Whether it's healthy or not is debatable, but it's all of this pressure, all of these things that you have to take into consideration. So think about who you are and who you are becoming when you're in the presence of this person. The second thing to think about is, when you are thinking about, should I hold them or should I fold them, write down all of the things that you can think about that is positive, and then write down a list of all of the things that you can think about that they're bringing that is negative to the table. And if and only if the positive is outweighing the negative, go ahead and continue. However, do this exercise for at least a few days, because sometimes you can sit there and you can think about things and everything is not going to come to you all at one time. So just create the list, start the list, walk away from it, come back to it, walk away from it, come back to it over a period of 3 days. And after 3 days, if your pros list outweighs your cons list, then, depending on how many of these things they have on the list of 7 that I'm sharing with you here today. But if this one is working out, then you might want to just slow your roll for a moment and see, at least hear what I'm going to say for the next 5 points. So point number 3 is, how do you feel when you're around this person? Meaning, do you feel loved? Do you feel cared for? Do you feel cherished? Do you feel honored? Or do you feel overwhelmed? Do you feel anxious? Do you feel anxiety? Do you feel like they're judging you all the time? Do you feel like they're putting you in this box or just talking down on you? Like, how are you actually feeling with this person? Do you feel loved, or do you feel like shit when you're in their presence? Do they make you question your motives? Do they make you question your core values, your core beliefs? If they're making you question any of those things and it's not benefiting you, sis, bruh, not a good sign. Again, something to reconsider, for sure, reconsider. But you want to get in touch with how you actually feel when you're in the presence of this person? Do you feel loved or not? It's basically what it boils down to. And don't get me wrong, there are going to be some times where we as people, we as humans, we mess up and we deliver our message just shitty sometimes, let's just be honest. But by and large, if you're feeling more loved versus that shitty feeling that I just brought up, okay, but if you're feeling more shitty versus love, again, something to reconsider, because you do not want to continue on down this path, because usually we teach people how to treat us. And if you are already accepting this type of behavior, accepting this type of talk towards you, accepting this type of derogatory thoughts and talks and speech and all that other stuff towards you, it's only going to get worse. It's not going to get better. So don't set yourself up for failure. It's not going to get better. Number 4, do you feel like you are pressing the pause button on your life in order to be in this person's presence, in order to be considered the boyfriend or the girlfriend, or even, again, you're just dating? Maybe you're literally just dating this person. You're trying to get to know this person, like literally, like maybe this is date 3 or 4, but you can kind of feel something in your gut that's telling you something ain't right. There's also something in your gut that's telling you keep going. This is right. Yes, I'm scared. Yes, I don't know. This is you speaking to yourself. This is your inner voice that's speaking to you. Continue on unless there is something that is just, no, that's something that is just beating you up inside. Then continue to push forward, like ancient forward until you can see exactly what this person is bringing to the table. So are you holding back? Do you feel like you're pressing pause on your life? Do you feel like you're pressing pause on school? Do you feel like you're pressing pause on even giving your children the attention that they need off of this person? These are definitely things that you need to consider, because again, as much stuff as you put on hold for this person, you will feel like you need to continuously do that. And especially if you have children do not understand. They will not understand. And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, they will hold that against you, because they will feel like you have chose this new person, this person that you've just been knowing for this much of time, this period of time, over him or over her, which is your child, the person that your blood is running through their veins. So you don't want to do that to themselves, to them. And then you're also, you know what, I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole. That's a whole different video. Fifth point. You're having serious doubts about continuing. That is a telltale sign if you should hold them or fold them, which is really going to the folding part, right? You do not want to hold on to somebody where in your gut, as I talked about before, your gut is telling you that there is something wrong, there is something not right, this person is not bringing X to the table, whatever your X is. Your gut is saying you need to walk away, sis, bruh. If that gut feeling is there, then you need to take action on it. Because here's the thing. If you don't take action on it, something bad, something horrific is going to happen. A tragedy is going to have to happen in order to get your attention, in order for you to walk away, because you didn't follow your gut feeling. If you follow your gut feeling in the beginning and get out while you can, then you do not have to be smacked in the forehead in order to learn the lesson, in order to hear, I'm gonna call him God, the universe, whomever, whatever your name is. Mine is God. Whatever he's telling you, you're not paying attention. So he needs to bust you upside your head to get your attention and get you to pay attention to that gut feeling that you neglected. So if you're having serious doubts about continuing, there is a reason. You do not have to know the reasons. You do not even have to pinpoint what the reason is. You have to listen to your gut, though. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. You do not have to pinpoint what the reason is, but you do have to listen to your gut. Number 6. If this person is only being superficial, they ain't for you. Like, think about this. You're trying to hold a deep conversation, or you're trying to take it into getting deeper into knowing this person, and they always want to talk about the weather. They only want to talk about sports. They only want to keep it all superficial, i.e. having fun all the time. Well, here's the thing. Life is not always honky-dory. Yeah, I said honky-dory. Yep. Life is not always honky-dory. You're not always going to have fun when you're dating someone or when you get deeper into the relationship. In order for you and that person to build a healthy connection with one another, you have to go deeper. I have to know what makes you tick. You have to know what makes him or her tick. You have to know what their flaws are. You have to know why they are the person that they are, why they get pissed off the way that they do, why did they react the way that they do, why did they shut down the way that they do, why do they feel like they need to cling on to you the way that they do. All of that stuff is what I call your baggage. And if you're not working on your baggage, sis, if you're not working on your baggage, bruh, that's going to continuously show up each and every relationship. Doesn't matter what you try to do, or because you haven't dealt with it, you're going to feel like, okay, I'm better, I can move forward. But as soon as you get put into a situation where that person didn't answer their phone, all of a sudden you turn into the crazy one, which you're not really being crazy, but because they haven't heard your side of the story, you appear to be crazy or clingy or whatever. But deep down inside, the thing that you haven't shared with him, the thing that you haven't shared with her, is because you were actually abandoned, or even just felt like you were abandoned as a child. And because of that, now you feel like you have to hold on tighter so nobody else will leave you behind. But here's the thing, you haven't shared that with him. You haven't shared that with her. So the only thing that that person that you're dating can see is you're crazy. You calling all the time. You texting, you can call a million damn times. No. So if everything that you guys talk about is only superficial, you only want to hee and ha, you got to go deeper. And if that person is always keeping it superficial, or if you're the person who's always keeping it superficial and you don't understand why your relationships don't take off, it's because you're holding back. And for some reason, you don't think that you have to get deeper or deep with the person. You do. That's the only way the deep, intimate connections are created. That is how most people, I said most, not everybody, but that's how most people get a chance to walk down the aisle, because they are now connected with this person. They feel that this person understands them. They feel that this person knows them. That's how it happens. It only, only is not the right word, but the majority of the time, if you have shared something that you kept close to the chest and you shared it with that person, and that person did not judge you, and they literally opened up their arms and embraced you with a hug and held you tight, and especially if it was a moment where you felt the need to shed a tear or 5 or 10 or had that very ugly cry, and they did not judge you, you have a tendency to fall for that person deeper, quicker, because now you're sharing a piece of you that you thought you would never be able to share, or that you thought that you would be judged if you shared it, or that you thought this person would leave you because you shared this piece of information. So I like to say, and it depends on the time frame that you guys have been seeing each other dating, i.e., but if your person that you're deciding to build a relationship with, and again, this depends on the stages you're in, if they do not know your most intimate, darkest secret, the one that you think that somebody's gonna leave you behind, or because you do this certain thing, they're gonna leave you behind, you haven't really opened up your world. You haven't. If you're holding that thing close to the chest and they don't know about it, you haven't opened up your world. Number 7. You know it's time to go. Number 7 goes along with which one was it? That gut feeling that I talked about, which is you're having serious doubts. You know, number 7, you know that if you leave, you will not regret this decision. So if you know that it's time for you to pick up your bags if y'all live together, or it's time for you to just stop answering that phone, or maybe you just want to text and say, you know what, this is not working out, with no further explanation, whatever it is, whatever your way is of moving on, and you know that when you do this, there won't be any regrets behind it, it's time for you to go, sis. It's time for you to go, bro. For real. For real. So with that being said, I am MarshaunO, ladies and gentlemen, your life and relationship strategist. I am here to help you get to the next level, whatever your next level is in your relationship, whether it's a relationship with